My Girl Siri. My new iPhone 4S has a most intriguing new feature, a digital assistant Siri who responds to voice commands and replies with a synthesized female voice. Siri works with the native Apple apps and will soon be supporting more third-party apps. An immediate interest, however, was my anticipation of what sort of relationship I could strike up. Hello, Siri. Hi. She refused to acknowledge me again as I attempted to politely engage in small talk. I soon discovered that I had to tap the small violet microphone icon to make her listen. A little swirl of violet circles the icon to let you know she's listening. Who are you, Siri? Who I am isn't important. Who made you? I, Siri, was designed by Apple in Cupertino, California. What are you? I don't like talking about myself. Why not? You see things and say, why? But I dream things that never were, and I say, why not? Okay, who am I? I'm afraid I can't answer that. Who owns this iPhone? I don't understand who owns this iPhone. Do you want me to do a web search, Don? Well, there were obvious constraints I would have to deal with, but I definitely did not want her calling me Donald. I had read an article by a writer who had trained Siri to address him as master just by asking, Siri, please call me Don. She thought a bit and said, I'll call you Dom, all right? No, cancel. Please call me Don. All right, I'll call you Tom. I'm trying to get in slowly. Please call me Don. I will call you Darling. Cancel. Oh my God, this is getting worse. I can't have my phone calling me Darling. I canceled again and asked the help command, what can I say? A list of example commands scrolled onto the screen. The obvious commonality was succinctness. Play Here Comes the Sun. Tell Susan I'll be right there. Set up a meeting at 9. How do I get home? Wake me up tomorrow at 7 a.m. I had to drop the wordy politeness. No, please this or Siri that. Just marching orders. Call me Don. Okay, I'll call you Don. She was going to be a tough date. Do you have a favorite color? I don't understand favorite color. Would you like to search the web, Don? Well, I sure as hell wasn't going to ask her what her sign was. It was a classic icebreaker, though. Siri, what's your sign? Don, you're not supposed to ask your assistant such things. Whoa, ground rules. Crafts and philosophy. What is the meaning of life? I can't answer that now, but give me some time to write a long play in which nothing happens. Cheeky. That was more fun. What's the best smartphone? You're holding it. This was beginning to feel a little bit like playing good dog with the puppy. Who's the best smartphone? Who's the best smartphone? I had a lot of false starts. Siri would profess ignorance and offer a web search in defense. I sent some emails with little trouble, figured out setting alarms and reminders, and then, in an impish moment, demanded, open the pod bay doors, Siri. That's not a very sensitive thing to say to an artificial intelligence. Geez, she almost worked some pathos into her digitized inflection. I felt bad. I knew she wouldn't understand an apology, and I was starting to anthropomorphize way too much. So I went back to learning and practicing the routine tasks at which she really excels. Siri displays small speech balloons showing what she believes you just asked her. Although she is surprisingly accurate, she sometimes conflates your questions with bits of conversation from nearby people. This can be a crucial feature because you'll be able to see why she is performing some inexplicable action when you thought you had asked her to do something else. She also prints her replies in case you didn't understand her. She often doesn't vocalize routine phrases such as working on that. Her speech is very good and seems to be aimed at putting the user at psychological ease. She sounds confident but not threatening, and the slight cybernetic tone enhances it. But I did notice that though she was printing my name, she was not vocalizing it that often. Still Mitt? Siri, tell me a joke. I figured that the programmers would have larded her up with a bunch of nerdy jokes like, what did the Intel processor say to the PowerPC? But Siri practically chastised me with a spoken parental emphasis on my name. Don, I don't really know any good jokes. None, in fact. I tried for deep thought again. What is life, Siri? Life, a principle or force that is considered to underlie the distinctive quality of animate beings. I guess that includes me. Oh, really? That reminded me of another computer that Siri seems sensitive about. Do you know the computer Hal? Siri knows many things, Don. Ooh, she printed my name, but she didn't vocalize it. Do you know HAL 9000? I interrogated her. Everyone knows what happened to Hal. I'd rather not talk about it. I decided to drop this touchy topic before she started calling me darling again. When I quit for the time being, I couldn't quite bring myself to dismiss her with a callous push of the home button. One last tap of the microphone icon. Thank you, Siri. To my amusement, she must have forgiven me. She replied in her assured, digitized voice, your satisfaction is all I need. Still, it would have been nice to throw a Don in somewhere. Spoken.